to DM me and I can help you out further.
Yeah, okay. I just need to have host back again. Okay, there we are. Okay.
You're back.
And then who shall I make co-host now during the class?
Lester, please.
I made him co-host
Oh,
actually.
perfect.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. All right, Michael, myself and Harry are going to jump off. Lester and you, please have a great class.
Okay, thanks a lot. I will.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Lester, that's strange because we've got quite a few people booked in and it's past the hour and nobody's coming in.
Yeah, that's strange. There you go.
Okay. Allegra, hello. Okay. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you tonight?
Hey, well, thank you. Very well indeed. Yes.
Exactly. What time is it at your place?
It's 11 o'clock, just gone 11 a.m. Okay.
Oh, it's 11 a.m.
11 a.m. We tomorrow, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, I'm already Wednesday with you, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And you already you Tuesday evening, are you?
Yeah, I choose the evening.
Okay, so what part of America are you in?
I'm in Muskegon, Michigan.
In Michigan, okay.
Yeah. In Muskegon, Michigan. I'm really northwest, just before they get to Traverse City and White Cloud or Cadillac, Michigan. Yeah,
Okay.
so, yeah, I'm up in there. So
okay, yeah,
yeah,
great. Okay, well, what brings you, Allegra, to this class, this introduction to Facebook?
Well, I'm on Facebook and I don't know what I'm doing. I get lost in it. And then there's a lot of stuff on there I don't want. I want to just stick with the people, certain friends, and that's about it.
Right.
I don't want other people to be piggybacking on top of my friends to get into the website, So I don't like that.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing that. And please leave your mic on. And now, as we go through it, I'll just check Mei Lee what her requirements are, and then I'll try and focus the class around both your needs if you're going to be the only two here. So Mei Lee, hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello. What are your needs? Why are you here in the introduction to Facebook?
I don't know anything about Facebook. My daughter-in-law signed me up. Basically, I just want to watch my grandkids to see what they're up to. But they are now no longer on Facebook. They're on Instagram. So I signed up with Facebook and I thought myself,
Okay, that's fine. Instagram, it's one of my favorite apps, and I do a class on Instagram. So watch out for it, and we can go over some basics there as well.
Okay.
It's an interesting little app and Facebook owns it. So there are links now between Instagram and Facebook as well. So. Okay, so thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate that. I just want to introduce you to Lester. He's a TA at Get Set Up. He's in our class today. He's going to be co-host. And if you have any problems with putting your video on, and I hope I will see one of your videos on soon. And otherwise, ask him if you're having trouble. Okay. Or your microphones, or if you have questions that I don't see that you have a question, then he'll bring it to my attention. Okay, but we can chat and see where we go from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll do a couple of slides perhaps particularly for Mei Lee, just the absolute basics of getting into Facebook. I won't do it, too slowly, and then we'll move to a live. We'll go live so that you can ask questions. I'll show you things, and I think that will be more beneficial than. Let me just open up. There we are. Can you see my screen? Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. All right. So I need to introduce myself. My name is Michael Plumstead, as you can see on the screen, and I live in Perth, Australia, Western Australia. And as I was telling Allegra just a moment ago, the time here has just gone 11 a.m. And so I've done quite a lot of writing in my life, and certainly a lot of business and business mentoring and training and so on. And I enjoy gardening, and I enjoy being a father, have lots of children, different places of the world now. And I love being a get set up guide. Okay. So Facebook. We'll go through this as we'll definitely cover what's in the agenda, but I want to cover more, particularly because of what you have said when you came into class. So, and we need to be looking at privacy with Facebook as well. So, as you know, Facebook is a platform that was originally intended, and still is, I guess, for finding, networking, and connecting with friends and family. I don't know if you've ever tried to find an old school friend. This would be the place you would come to finding them. And you could be following and keeping pace with your family, because the interesting thing with Facebook, it's constantly changing because it is so enormous. Okay, there are 2.7 billion with a B users on Facebook. So it changes its algorithms quite regularly, and has done so this year as well. And I'll touch on some of those. But the basic issue with those changes would be you will not be seeing all your friends' posts that you think you might be. Okay, you're limited to a certain number, and you can also select the top 30 people that you want to get, and I'll show you how to do that as well, so that we need to be keeping abreast. We're going to use Facebook regularly, and Meili, it sounds like you're not going to be, but certainly Allegra, it sounds like you will be. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. So we'll cover in quite a lot of introductory detail. Okay, if one can call it that. Okay, so the interesting thing with Facebook is they've got some very interesting groups. There's virtually no group on any subject that you can't join, and so I'll show you that as well. And people who are interested in business, there's a lot of options as well. But in order to start off with, you need to know some key terms, and you may already know them, but if not, I'm going to use them in this class, and people use them generally. So you need to know what, when somebody says I'm on Facebook, all that means is that you have an account. I'm on Facebook, I have an account on Facebook, okay? And you can see public things that people allow to be public, okay? A friend is a two-way commitment, okay? A friend is you request to be a friend with somebody, and they accept, and they request you to be a friend, and you accept, okay? So you've got to accept each other in order to be classified as a friend. And there are lots of ways you can search for possible friends, and I'll cover that also live in this class. Then there is the other term, which is following. This is it's a one-way activity. There are certain people, accounts, channels that you can follow that you don't need their permission. Okay, that's famous people or they're companies, or and I'll show you that as well. So those you just follow, and you will get their posts, and you'll be able to see what's going on in their life. The other aspect is security generally. You can find yourself, and Facebook is trying to, and that's where they often change their algorithms, is trying to restrict sort of you getting too many things that you don't want on your activity page, on your Facebook wall, okay? And but you also have some power. So this is some of the power that's on the screen now, okay? You can restrict somebody. They cannot see your posts, okay? Obviously, anything posted public, everybody's going to see. So, that goes without saying. A public post is a public post. You can't restrict a public post, okay? But you can restrict who sees your post, okay? And I'll show you that when we go live as well. You can still see that person's posts, okay? But they just cannot see yours. So you just restrict them. And maybe they just, they're putting out 8 posts a day, and you go on once a day, and you're just tired of seeing all their posts. So you just restrict them, okay? And unfollow, you can unfollow people, you know that term, I'm sure. And then they don't see, you don't see their posts, sorry, if they happen to be you following them. I mean, and you could unfriend them, you'll see below there as well. So depending whether you are following or they're friends of yours, you have 2 options here that you could use also to restrict your and their access to you, okay? And you can also get them just to snooze for 30 days, and that would be it, okay? Then the most severe is to block somebody. And so that is you may well use it, okay? Because it will unfriend from both sides, okay? And you won't be able to see each other's posts, and you lose the right to message each other. And so that's quite a final thing, but it comes in handy now that Facebook is so huge, and there's so many naughty people on Facebook trying to do all sorts of funny things, and you don't always know which one is what, okay? So anyway, so that's where we are. Hello to Annie, she's joined us, okay?
Hi.
Hi. Annie, are you a Facebook user, or you're still learning?
I just go through there to look at the pictures and things because I don't know how to post stuff.
Okay, no, that's fine. We'll go through that, but you do have an account.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll do a lot of this class then live. I just want to show you, maybe at the moment you do have an account, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. And Maylee, do you have an account?
Yes, I do. My daughter-in-law set it up for me.
Okay. So you would basically, when you go to Facebook, it would either recognize your IP address, or you have to log in and put a password in, and you get in, okay? And so all of you have got accounts, so I'm not going to show these slides. I want to stop here, and I'm going to go live now on this page. You see on the slide here on the top left is the little house that's blacked out, and we're going to go straight into it here, and you're going to see it here as well, okay? Up here. So when you go, Facebook defaults you when you arrive in Facebook, usually to the Facebook wall. Call it the Facebook activity wall, your activity, okay? And things that it brings here for you to have a look at. And you can scroll down and you see things like this one is actually sponsored, okay? So there'll be lots of adverts, and you've just got to be patient, because adverts, you get Facebook for free, okay? So they make their money from from other aspects of Facebook. Okay, and so anyway, one of these postings here, remember they linked to you in some way or other. So you have options open to you. Okay, so let's just take this one at random. Okay, no particular reason. And we click on the picture itself. Okay, and we go to the posting, and we can now add comments here. We can also go to the person who posted it. We put the cursor over the name, and it shows us a brief summary of who this person is. Okay, and you can see that they are under the friends category. And if you click on the name, it takes us to their account, their homepage, their profile. Call it what you want to call it, but now you see their particular profile. And yours would be a similar layout, and I'll show you mine in a minute and show you how to do it. And here you can then look at their profile, look at previous postings, and you can decide, well, you know, if I now want to, let's say that they're friends at the moment, you can unfriend them, go in there. So this is one way you would unfriend something that's arriving on you. Or if you are following them, then you're not actually friends, but you have chosen to follow them, you would unfollow them here as well. And you can do the opposite. You can make them a favorite, which means that you will always see their postings. Okay, so those are three very important aspects. And favorites, you're only allowed 30 favorites. Okay, so if you make them a favorite, they're going to be one of the 30. And I'll show you later how you can actually choose your 30 as well. Even though we're not in an advanced class of Facebook, from what you've said, I think you probably need that. So I'm going to click the F for Facebook again on the left-hand side, and that takes us back to this. I think you were saying sometimes you get lost on Facebook. I wasn't sure it was Allegra or Meili, but yeah. So always look for that F and click, and you get back to this wall, the Facebook wall, with all your various activities. And every time you go back there, there'll be different posts there. You know, it's interesting. So from this activity wall, and you will see all sorts of things that you are linked to, okay? And you can decide, at this point you're watching, let's say, a posting like this, you can immediately, because you see the person and you know them, you can click, put your cursor over like, and you can now give them a thumbs up, or you can give them a love, okay? And I give them the love because they're very close friends of my wife, and it's a lovely posting to see them there. So you can have actions, you can comment here, you can do things just looking down this wall. Okay, so to summarize, I showed you how you can click on the link and then unfriend them, unfollow them, or make them a favorite. Okay, now you're just paging down, you're drinking a cup of tea, coffee in America, and you're watching the various posts, and you're reading the various posts. And so you go down there, and so you see this would be an enjoyable part, and this is where you would spend most of your time. Okay, if you want to follow what your children are doing, okay, then make sure that they're one of the favorites. Okay, and that would certainly help in the process. But Facebook also allows you to call them family, and you can classify them family, and you'll see those as well, as long as you don't have as many children as I do. So so anyway, I want to take you now from this Facebook wall to what would be your profile. It is my profile, yes. You click on your name on the left-hand side, okay, or anywhere on Facebook where it gives your name, you can click on it and it'll take you to your profile page. And now Facebook recognizes that it's you, okay, so you will see a lot more, you'll see everything on your profile page than somebody watching from the outside, okay? And you will see, as you can see on the screen right now, you'll get words like edit there all over the place, okay? There's another edit and so on, okay? And there's a big edit your profile, which obviously people coming from the outside won't see that. But this is your opportunity now to edit what you don't want the public to see. And so you'll see here that there we're talking about posts, and these are the posts on the right of the screen, okay? So all your posts, okay, are here, not other people's posts, only posts that you have made or you have shared to your main profile, okay? So these are mine, and so you'll see all your posts sitting there. And at any point, okay, if you click those three dots on this thing there, you can pin the post to the top of your profile. So that's the first post everybody will see every time, regardless if you've just posted a new one. That sticks on the top, it pins on the top, okay? And you can still edit this particular post, even though you posted it a long time ago, you can go and edit it, okay? And all the things that you see underneath, you can edit who's going to see it as well. You can edit audience. Now, I must let you know that there is a Facebook advanced class, which I don't do it, not yet anyway, but you need to do the advanced class if you want to really get into the detail. I'm speaking particularly, Allegra, I think you're probably out of, I'm not sure about Melinda. Melinda, hello, you new, how are you? Welcome. Melinda, you there? Okay, no, she's not. She's listening from the kitchen, I think. Okay, so, all right. So those three dots are your key to sorting out posts in one way or another, okay? If you want to delete it, you can delete posts as well. So in your Facebook page, you can put whatever background you want, okay? If you don't put a background cover on to your account, that's fine. Facebook just puts a colored sort of banner, that's all. And you can change it and add anything you like. You can put a family picture up there. You can, I put one of outer space because I grew up, unlike you people, you're too young, but I grew up with Star Trek, and I love those. Any of you heard of Star Trek?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I filmed the last episode that they made. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've got two now. They've got a new series or a fourth season of Discovery. And they've also got the latest one, Picard. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So they've got two running that the last seasons have come and gone, but the new season is going to start in December. The new season on both of those. So,
oh, wow.
And they really are exciting. They're modern, they're up to date. And anyway, we're talking about Facebook.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. All right. So here now, we've looked at the posts. You can edit the posts. You look at the about, and this is about you. Okay. Remember, this is your profile page. And so now you page down, there's an overview about you and everything that you want. Now, let's just take the first thing there. I'm a content writer at my own company, michaelplumstead.com. Okay, You hold that over. And who can see that? Okay, I hold the cursor over those two heads, your friends.
Okay.
Now, if I press that, now I have an option to change it. So in other words, I can select the audience that sees that. Okay, so I can leave it at friends. I can make it public and let everybody see it. Okay, that's fine. And you can now, if you click the three dots on the right, you can edit, because maybe you've changed jobs now and you're now working somewhere else, or you can delete it altogether and not have it show. Okay, are you with me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is under about, and it's the overview, and we can change those things. Now we click on underneath the overview and the work and education. So now you put that down there, and this is where, you know, if people are searching for their old school friends or whatever college, you know, I make it public that I went to that Kingswood College, and then people who are searching for Kingswood College, you know, my name would come up, and you know, they could perhaps find me if they were looking for people of a certain year. Okay, I was in the class of 1967. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think time stands still, it doesn't fly. All right, so I'm no different to I was in 1967. Are you?
I'm not any different. The same old same.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd say you go down all these things here, and you check them out. Okay. Then next to that, you click on friends, and now, depending how long, friends these days, you've really got to restrict them. If you use Facebook a lot, then there's no need to have a lot of friends, because you're not going to see their posts. Okay,
That's right.
You're going to be restricted, and so this is the place to go, is to friends, and you can now, down below the friends line, you can find requests. If anybody sent a request to you, you would click on that. If you're perhaps looking for specific people, you would click on that. Let's just click on find requests. And okay, I sent a request to this particular lady, and they accepted my request. Okay, but now you look down below, Facebook, with its algorithms and its artificial intelligence, suggests that these might be people, all this list down here might be people that you might want to become friends with. Okay, and the reason this one, because we have 7 mutual friends. Now, if you put your cursor over those words, 7 mutual friends, they all come up. Okay, now that's interesting, you see, because this helps you now make a decision. You can read those mutual friends and you think, okay, now that's really interesting. So you think, maybe I should add this person, because I now, all my family, particularly my children, and then I remember, now I remember this person. But let's assume I didn't. I could click on his name and I get taken to his profile. Okay, and now I have a look. Okay, and see his photos, see who he is, and now their options, I can either add as a friend there, add as a friend there, or on the left side, add as a friend there. But let's just go here. We are working with this side. So let me click add. You'll see underneath his name here, it is request sent. Okay, so that's where we are now, under request sent. And we can click on that. I just want to get us back to there and there. Okay, so we were under friends. So we dealt with that particular request sent. So you can go through now and search all those people down here and decide whether you want to add them. The big question is always that in our lives, particularly now in the sort of senior years, the intelligent years of our life, the mature years of our life, the fun years of our life, okay, the best years of our life. Yeah, I love life. Do you love life?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It's
good.
worth it.
Okay, so you must ask yourself why. Why will I actually add this person as a friend? Okay, or why would I add any one of these as a friend? And then when you give yourself a reason, then you add them as a friend. Okay, you can also search for friends as well, and you've also got an option. Let me just go back one here, and you can also click on find friends. Okay, that is the one just to the right of it. It looks exactly the same. And you can click on the search button at the top there and put in a name that you want. Okay, so but don't put in John. Okay, you come up with 1,000 Johns. Okay. So you need to be a little bit more specific when you're searching for people. Okay, and so that's where you would go and do your searching. And okay, so up to this particular point, are there any questions about what we've covered so far, about posts being on your profile page, about you doing things on your profile page to let people know your education and where you live and that sort of thing, to finding friends? Yeah, are there any questions?
No.
No,
Okay.
not any at all.
Okay.
Fine with it, yeah.
Okay, I've just clicked while I was waiting those three buttons there on the right under friends. You can edit privacy here with regards to friends as well. I'm not going to go there. You can go there. And if you want to know the real detail and lots of ins and outs and lots of settings, the advanced class covers that well. Okay, I want to just make sure that you know your way around Facebook and that you can get to something without losing yourself. Okay, so then next to friends on the right here are photos. Now, probably I think people use Facebook more than ever for uploading their holiday albums and photographs and things like that, because it doesn't cost you. Okay, and if you're going to upload them elsewhere, like in Google Photos, in the future, it hasn't cost anything up to now, but from June, it's going to cost you. So, but Facebook, it doesn't cost you. Now, when you look at photos, they put their photos of you see under there. And so it doesn't matter who uploaded it, whether, my family uploaded it or whether I uploaded it, there is a photo of me and I've been tagged in there. And in fact, now Facebook actually recognizes your face. And so you often get tagged by yourself. Then you've got your photographs. These are things that you have uploaded. Okay, so you can discriminate between others and yourself. Okay, and then you can create albums and then push things into albums on Facebook as well.
Really?
Yeah. So
wow.
that really it really helps in order to see who's who in your particular zoo. Okay, and so yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, there's virtually no limit to it. Okay, so you can do that with your photos. Okay. And you can add more here on this little link, photos hidden from the timeline. Okay, that's also interesting because when you upload things, you can actually hide them as well as save them. So that will come under settings, and certainly in the advanced class, you will see more about that, and it's worth looking at. Then if you see this little more button very innocently sitting there on the right with a down arrow, but oh my goodness, okay, now there's a whole lot more. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you can see here that you can do all sorts of things here. You want to just get everybody that you've liked when you were looking on Facebook. Okay, all your likes. Okay, so you like something, and now up it comes. Okay, and that goes categorized into these. You can see all these options up here, and you can see what books you've liked. Okay, so that's quite an interesting one. The likes. So you can click down, and yeah, goodness me, just look at all these. I'm not going to show you because this just needs casual exploration. You know where it is, you know what to do now, and you've got all these options down here, including groups. I'm going to show you groups separately in a moment. Okay, so you move to the right, add to story. Okay. A story on any social media now, they call it different things on different social medias. And a story is something that you add and it stays on the actual app like Facebook or Instagram for 24 hours. And then it disappears. Okay. Apparently it's very popular. Okay. Particularly amongst the younger generation. But not only, because you want to motivate something, advertise something, you want people to come and see your webpage for some reason or other, you're offering a service or offering something, that short little 15-second video, you can say quite a lot in 15 seconds, and you can tell them to come and see whatever you want them to see, and you can do it every day if you wanted to. Okay. So then finally on this profile page, if you click the edit profile of this page, now just your profile, this is not your settings and things, this is the detail of your profile all on one page. I showed you separately, where your posts and things like that. But here you can add hobbies, you can feature certain articles or pictures or whatever. You can change your sort of short bio when people are looking at your profile, they can see in one sentence, basically, who you are and what you are. So yeah, that would be edit profile. And you could edit your picture as well on there. Okay. So I want to move you off your profile now. And show you other things on Facebook. Do you understand what you can do on your own profile now and where you can go?
Right.
Things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any questions?
Makes a little sense.
Okay. Any questions from anybody about your profile, about the information, about any of these things that we've gone over now?
Not just organic. It's good or organic.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back to the top of the screen. Remember, we've been in profile where I clicked my name. I'm going to click the Facebook wall again. Okay. And remember, that's where I clicked before on the left top, my name, to get to the profile. And you can also click on the extreme right, which I'm not going to show you right now. All right. So now you go to the right of the home page or the Facebook wall or your activity page, and I've got the cursor over it. It says watch. Okay, so when you click on that, you can now watch various videos that people have put up. You see the speaker is on crossed. If I had to click on that, you would now hear what the person is saying. Okay. And the same there. Okay. But with any one of these, you can see you can do the same as you did on your activity page. You can like something. Okay. You can comment and you can share something at this point. So I clicked share, as you could with the other postings as well. Okay. You can now share to your friends on Facebook. You can just share to your story that your friends would see. You can send to Messenger, and and yeah, you can copy the link and take it off Facebook and post it on something that you want to share somewhere or other. And so that's now really an interesting option as well, that you can share out of this. So these are videos that you can watch and see for yourself. I wonder why I stopped on Get Set Up. Okay, and all right, now we click to the right of that. Okay, and this is your marketplace. Okay, and it's interesting. Can you see to the right of the screen where my cursor is at the moment, Perth?
Mhm.
Can you see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's the interesting thing with Facebook, because it, first of all, it recognizes that I live in Perth. All right. And so I now click on that and I can change adverts. You see the radius. At the moment, I've got it set at, I want to see adverts 1 kilometer from my home. Okay. So if I see a fridge and I want to buy it, I know I can go and fetch it. Okay. But you can also change it to up to 500 kilometers from your home. All right. So 1, 2, 3, you can change it and just press on the bottom there, apply. And now this changes to 2 kilometers. Okay. And therefore the adverts increase as well. And so that's the marketplace. You can buy and sell there. And it's very popular according to statistics. Now, to the right of that are the groups. This is where it's really interesting to look for something. If you're going to use Facebook, then find the groups that really resonate with you, okay? And get value out of it. Remember, there must be a why. You must ask why. Why am I going to join this group? Okay. 1, you can add value, and 2, you can gain value. And this becomes interesting. And so groups, we, for example, here in where I live, we have a group in our suburb, so that if anything like a dog goes missing or a cat goes missing, they post it. Yeah, okay, and then we keep an eye out to see if we see the dog or the cat or whatever. Okay. So, and if they're going to have a market or they want to have a garage sale, they will post it on here. And so this is like the activity page of all your groups on one side. So you could go down and look at some of the groups that you belong to. Okay. You wonder why I belong to that. I used to be a pilot, and I've actually flown in one of those with an instructor. So it's been a marvelous experience. So that's your activity. If you go to the right of the page over here, okay, it gives you the groups that you have now joined, and you can just click on them and it takes you to the group, and you can see the various groups. You can also search for groups. So if you click on search there, give me anything to search for, and I'll search for it now. Give me something easy.
Quilting.
Crossing, sorry, I missed that.
Quilting.
Quilting, quilting, okay. Assuming my old age, I can spell it correct. Is that correct? Yeah, quilting, there we are. Okay, so now you can click on quilting groups on Facebook, quilting patterns, quilting for fun, quilting. So there's just, there's no end to the various groups that, so I just clicked on quilting groups, as you can see in the, okay. And now you can click on any one of these and go. You'll see in some instances the groups are private. Generally, what that means is you've just got to request. In other words, like a friend, you would request a friend. You would need to do that. It's not that it's private. It's just that if somebody starts causing trouble in the group, they can kick them out if it's private. Okay, but in a public group, you can't. Okay, you've got to report them. Okay, so those are groups, and on the right of that is gaming. And these are online games, and You can watch them live. If they are live, you can just watch them and you would just follow. Remember we said follow and unfollow? This is one place where you would follow games or gaming tournaments or whatever online. Gaming is the fastest growing industry on the planet at the moment, okay? And so we're heading in a certain direction, I'm sure. Virtual reality. We'll have to distinguish between, you know, our kitchen and Star Trek. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's those up there. Now, what I want to show you here, I'm going to just extend my screen just a little bit more. Okay. There. Okay, so now if you click on the plus sign, okay, which is always a create sign. So you can, from this plus sign, you can create a post, you can create a story, you can have a separate room to have a chat with people in, and so forth. Okay, I want to show you a post. Okay, and it's not having that can you see the post clearly here, or shall I close that other background? This video in the background, it's not interfering with your scene.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Now you want to create a post. One of you asked, I think it was Mei Lee, you want to create a post. This comes up as soon as you hit that plus sign, and all over your various pages, it'll say, you know, what's on your mind, Michael, or something. You know, that means it wants you to post something. Okay, so you'll see this, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the first thing you have here, you have the option of who is going to see your post. You see underneath your name, you click that drop down little arrow, and now, can you believe it? You have an amazing array of options. Okay, you can go to public, you can say all your friends, okay, or you can say all your friends except these that you marked. Okay, or you can say, no, I'm going to choose selected friends from my friends, and then you just send a few. Okay, and then only me. I don't want anybody else other than me on there, and so you can go and experiment with them. Remember, I told you they're also close friends, where you've got a list that you've got, and you can also customize a list. Maybe people in a certain geographical area, you want to say everybody, you know, in this area or that area, or however you want to customize it. Okay, it could be people that you know, are in your book club or something. Okay, so and then of course at the bottom there, my own children. So you can identify your own children, and maybe a post is just for them and nobody else, and nobody else will see it. Okay, so that's an important aspect. Okay, so I'm going to put a back arrow, so we just don't change it. So now we know it's going to friends. Okay, now underneath that is, you see this little icon here, AA.
Right.
You click on that, and it now allows you to give a background to your particular post. So you'll find a background that's perhaps relevant to your post. Let's click on that one, and there are a whole lot of hearts, and you're going to send something to somebody, and you type in the middle. Okay. So whatever you're going to say, you could then type it. Otherwise, you could change it to maybe something more serious, or just a plain color background. Okay, and then you can go below that, and you can add to your post. Okay, so if you had people in the picture, the post, you want to post a picture, you could tag them and put their names next to each person in the picture as well. That's what tagging means. It's just giving them a name. And otherwise, you could click on feeling and activity, and you can say that any one of these masses of options, and look where it puts it. I clicked on feeling happy. It says Michael Plumstead is feeling happy. So it goes in there. Okay. And so now you are ready to post. Okay, and you can now click post, and it tells you it's busy posting. Okay, and this is get away from that other activity there. And you see now on my wall, it comes up on my wall. Okay, it would also come up on my profile page. Okay, but this is the activity, and this is part of the activity, your own postings. And then we've got the 3 little dots up there. Okay, so we click the 3 little dots, and we say, oh, you know, I wanted not, I spelt something wrong, and you click edit, and you can say, okay, you know, let's make that maybe an A. We'll say hello. Okay, that and you can say save it, and you've now it's changed to hello while it's live. Okay, so but you can also now, oh, I don't want all my friends. So you can edit your audience, and you can edit everything, and you can move to trash. You click move to trash. It confirms, do you want to? And you click that, and it's gone. So those 3 little buttons come in handy when you've done things that you finally thought you didn't want to do anymore. Okay. All right, so that's how you post. The last thing I want to show you is on the extreme right-hand side of the page at the top. You see that little down arrow? Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, you click on it, and you see various options, and this is where you would log out. Okay, but I want to go to settings and privacy, and I want to show you something that we've now gone to another screen. We're under settings and privacy. There's settings again, but I want to show you this privacy checker. This is Facebook. It's quite new on Facebook, and I strongly recommend that you use this. Facebook then takes you through step by step, the image by image, on what you should look at for your own security on Facebook. Okay, and it even gives you a chance to be able to have your preferences on adverts. You're going to see adverts, but you might prefer to see certain types of adverts. Okay, and they will show you those. But I would strongly recommend you work your way through those, even straight after this class. Okay, and just follow your, just follow your logic. Okay, so we clicked on that down arrow there. Okay, just showing you again. There was settings and privacy. We clicked on it, and you clicked on privacy checker. But if you clicked on settings, okay, this is where you have got, look at the left-hand side, you have got lots of options in order to secure yourself on Facebook. Okay, so if you take the advanced Facebook class, all those, there's even an advanced settings class, okay, on Facebook, but certainly the advanced class will do it. And you can now look, and if you want to use it for a business, there is also a Facebook business class on Get Set Up. So, all right, so that brings me to everything I wanted to share. Is there anything that you would like to ask or know about?
No, not at this time.
Okay,
you're doing pretty good.
Good. Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to ask any questions? Okay.
Okay, now you put, okay, you showed us how to put that on. Now, how did you post a picture? Did you show that already?
The pictures are a post, okay. And yeah, we did. You can upload pictures. We showed you under pictures. Let's have a quick go to there. Okay. We looked, and there it says under picture, under photos, add photos and videos. Okay, can you see it? It's on your profile page. And then under photos. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, but I'm still here. And yeah, any comments or just general you want to perhaps share with the class? Other things you want to share, maybe with the class or with me? You're welcome to. Okay, we had a good chat at the beginning of the class, and that was great. Okay, well, in that case, goodbye, and thank you very much for attending. Most
Thank you.
appreciated.
It was very informative.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. You have a good night now.
Yeah, and now it's morning for
Good
me.
morning.
remember?
Oh, that's right. Good morning for you. You have a good
You
one.
have a good night.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And Lester,
Bye-bye
thank
now.
you for being part of us. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.